Hello student, this is the part 2 of module 2nd. In this we will discuss the distribution of the forces. The next evidence to support the CDT, that is the distribution of the fossils. Fossils means the dead remaining parts of the plant species and the animals. So the observation that the Lemurian and occurs in India, Madagascar and in Africa led some to consider a contigenous landmass. These are regular landmasses, and Mesosaurus was a small reptile. You can see this is the Mesosaurus. These are the small reptiles. So they adapted to shallow brackish water. Means the adaptation of these reptiles is they can survive only in shallow and brackish water. Brackish means fresh water. The skeleton of these are found only in two localities, the southern area of the Africa and the eastern area or the Brazilian plateau, near the Brazilian plateau of this South America. So the South Cape Province and South Africa and the Brazil. The two localities present are 4,800 kilometers apart with an ocean in between them. So the reptile, they can exist or survive or adapt only in brackish water, then same kind of reptile found in those areas. How it possible? It is possible only in that condition when these two attach to each other in the past. It shows that there were a drifting in the oceans and the continents. Again, the reptile and the plants, the distribution of these in all these continents, South America, Africa, Madagascar, Australia, all these reptile and plants found in these area, and presently they are apart from one another. There are thousands, near about thousands kilometer difference in the America, Australia, South Africa. So how is it possible? It is possible only in that situation. It means there were a drifting in these ocean. So the force which is responsible for the drifting according to the Wagner, this entire theory given by the Wagner, you noted them that all these excuses or the forces only given by the Wagner. So the first force is forces of theory, polar fleeing force and the tidal force. Polar fleeing means the rotation of the earth. Due to the rotation of the earth, there is a centrifugal force, means the force which move from center to the outer area. So this, due to this cause, there is a division in the different, or we can say the division in the Pangea and divide different parts. And the second force that is the tidal force. Tidal force, the attraction power of moon and sun. So the attraction power same the moon and sun in the direction of from center part to outer part of the earth. So this is the second force that was suggested by the Wagner. It due to the attraction of moon and sun, as I explained you, that there's a development of the different tides, and this cause is responsible. But as you know that on the real basis, if we saw on the real basis, there are some drawbacks of also of this theory. Wagner failed to explain why the drift began only in the Mesozoic era and not before. He explained that the drift held only in Mesozoic, Proterozoic, all these are the geological time scale eras. So the theory does not consider ocean, it consider only the continents. Proofs heavily depend on assumption that are journalistic. The proofs which given or the evidence which given by the Wagner, they are just assumption and the fictions. Forces like buoyancy, tidal force as explained just right now, and the gravity are too weak to be able to move the continents, because right now or presently we know through the plate tectonics that plates are too much heavy material, and after the knowing of interior of the earth, you know that there is a thickness of the earth, so it is very impossible thing by only the tidal force then they can move the huge plates of the earth. Modern theories like plate tectonic accept the existence of Pangea and related landmass but give a very different explanation to the cause of drift. They accepted that there was a Pangea and there was a drift, but the evidence and the force was too much different. So this is the theory given by the Wagner. This is the most important theory. Write the theory in a proper manner. First explain the theory, then evidences, then the forces, and then the drawbacks. Thank you.